Hi, it's September the 10th, 2019. And today I want to read a piece that I wrote uh, Thanksgiving weekend of 2016. I like this piece very much. Rules Don't Apply, which opened on Wednesday, is projected by the Hollywood Reporter to earn only 2 to 2.5 million at the box office for the 5-day Thanksgiving 2016 holiday weekend. The movie is an unqualified financial disaster. Rules Don't Apply is also a masterpiece. In a year when half the American people elected Donald Trump and most of the other half dithered as to whether they should complain to the Trump voters who made a stupid and immoral mess of our country for at least the next 4 years, the unpopularity of Rules Don't Apply is not surprising. I'm going to read that paragraph again. Rules Don't Apply is also a masterpiece. In a year when half the American people elected Donald Trump and most of the other half dithered as to whether they should complain to the Trump voters who made a stupid and immoral mess of our country for at least the next 4 years, the unpopularity of Rules Don't Apply is not surprising. Rules Don't Apply is about people who love each other and have dreams of creating beautiful things. It's set in a 1950s Hollywood that is exquisitely lit by cinematographer Caleb Deschanel, a world of sincere romantic yearning. Rules Don't Apply is an ambitious film about ambitious people, but the desires of the movie and its characters are all excellent and fine and good. Rules Don't Apply is an art film released in an America oppressed by commercialism. Everything is a business. Everything is about money. At the rate we are going, the Art Institute in Chicago may close down its exhibits and warehouse its collections in order to expand its gift shop. Yes, Rules Don't Apply is an art film. Art sees the unseen. Art is often created by people that all of my prejudices would tell me to overlook as being incapable of making art. I am fortunate in that I don't pay attention to my prejudices. Warren Beatty is one of these people. Warren Beatty is impossibly good looking. Is he of our species? Is he a carbon-based life form? How can he be masculine and pretty at the same time? Yet there he is. I guess a person like this has to be a movie star. But a filmmaker, a writer and director of intelligence, insight, and innovative talent. He's supernaturally handsome and smart. Yes, yes, and yes. What is even more improbable about Warren Beatty, I wish Darwin were alive to take a look at this guy. He may be the evolutionary process. What's more remarkable is that he is fabulously wealthy, powerful, and successful by just about any measure, and therefore compromised. And he is also and pure, paradoxically so. Beatty is 79 now, and his true character is revealed. This famous womanizer who has been this famous womanizer has been deeply and sweetly in love with every woman, man, and child he has ever known since the day he came to Hollywood. Rules Don't Apply is a very personal film, a poetic memoir about Beatty's life in pictures. The Hollywood of Rules Don't Apply isn't a glamorous place, a ruthless locale of cultural power, or a fatuous and superficial satirical hick town, as it is often portrayed in other movies and elsewhere. The Hollywood of Rules Don't Apply is a place where hearts yearn for each other, struggle to connect, successfully embrace, or poignantly fail to find fulfillment. Rules Don't Apply would be a great movie if Beatty had spent his adult life in Omaha, Nebraska, and set the story of the film there. Some might jump to compare Rules Don't Apply to Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese's The Aviator, because both films are seemingly about Howard Hughes. But Rules Don't Apply isn't about Howard Hughes. Beatty plays a fictional character named Howard Hughes, who is actually a metaphor referencing a part of Beatty's own soul, not the historic figure. Beatty clearly and compassionately, Beatty loves himself in a way that is the opposite of narcissism, sees how his wealth and power make him eccentric and distant from other people. He sees how the pain of the failure of his last movie, Town and Country, made him withdraw from the spotlight for the 15 years since he made it. Beatty reveals that all of his glamour and glory, his moments of revelatory success, and he has had so many, are islands in a life sea of anxiety and uncertainty. Beatty, like his Howard Hughes fiction, clearly cherishes his fleeting moments of deep human connection above his fleeting moments of career justification and acclaim. The American public wasn't ready to embrace a movie from a rich man like Beatty this year after they were inundated with the pronouncements of another rich man who brags about the size of his penis and his ability to grab women's crotches at will. Beatty would have made a much better president than Donald Trump, but he was preoccupied living out his own destiny, making a great and unappreciated film, and being a human being. Trump is incapable of making anything great or being human. Neither is America. Not right now. The Democrats answered Trump's Make America Great slogan by saying, America is great. But it isn't. If America was great, it wouldn't have elected Trump. America has to get to work to get back to the point where it can appreciate a movie like Rules Don't Apply again. A movie about love, human connection, and creativity, not petty resentment, crass consumerism, and the ugly ethos of winning. America has a lot of work to do just to get decent again before it is up to being a people ready to celebrate Warren Beatty. America elected a salesman because it wants its ass kissed. Anything but the truth. But as it is written on the Grecian urn, truth is beauty, and beauty is truth. And the choice of the mass sycophantic craft of marketing over the wonders and challenges of the artful rendering of reality has made our country mentally ill and very ugly right now. America should be committed to a psychiatric outpatient facility at this historic moment. It needs to get its bearings back and give up many things that are very bad for it. Then, after a period of recovery, it can return to loving and doing again. The other characters and Rules Don't Apply are also aspects of Warren Beatty's soul. Each member of the cast gives a wonderful performance. Alden Ehrenreich plays a heroic young man who learns the difference between love, lust, and obligation. Lily Collins plays a young woman with the courage to figure out life on her own terms. Matthew Broderick plays a frustrated man struggling against his own mediocrity. Great actors are in all of the smaller roles. Each part and player illuminate meaningful thought and feeling related to the consideration of what it is to be a human being. Everything is lovely about this movie. Its unhurried pacing, unobtrusive but wise editing, perfectly selected soundtrack, spare and meaningful dialogue, and of course Warren Beatty's invisible direction that leads the audience to his paradisal inner world. The whole film plays like real moments in a well appreciated life. Beatty infuses the film with an older man's gratitude for the possibilities inherent in the gift of living for several decades on this planet and among other human beings. The gratitude is possible because Beatty took advantage of those opportunities. Trump hates the world because he has never lived in it. Trump has spent his life trying to simultaneously please and rebel against the demanding, literally fascist father. Fascist is not a hyperbolic word choice. Fred Trump admired the Klan. Beatty is not unsympathetic to the psychological impediment in Trump. Beatty's Hughes archetype is obsessed with pleasing his long dead father. Beatty says, and rules don't apply, what few admit about the relations between dictatorial fathers and their sons. The tensions never go away, even when the fathers are long gone and the sons have little time left. But Beatty transcended his conflict with his strict Virginia Protestant roots. They were always a part of him, but he added so much more that he found within himself and other people. Like another great poet, Beatty is a multitude. Trump is a cipher. Trump never had the courage to leave his father's smother and embrace. Trump has lived his life in bondage and has never matured into a full human being. America ignores Beatty and is mesmerized by Trump. What does that say about America? Paula said after the movie ended, our entire little audience stayed until the last of the credits. I didn't want it to end. Yes, honey, sigh. We have to return now to America, the infomercial. A plague of attention deficit disorder ravages the population, and very few have the patience to sit through rules don't apply. Love is found in quiet corners, and lust, greed, ego, and violence dominate everything else. How does the quiet moment when hearts meet stand a chance against the crush of the idolatry of the dollar, the narcissistic exhibition of material possessions, and the loud, violent, predatory screams of the crowd? I am glad we saw Rules Don't Apply before it left the theater. I am glad we saw Rules Don't Apply before it left the theaters and America before it turned into something else unworthy of its name. Copyright 2016, Richard Thomas.